Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Pretzel Sticks Grill, where hopefully not only the food is grilled to perfection, but I'm going to be grilling it on its quality and everything else. So today we have the Taco Bell Trifecta. I was wondering what the first Taco Bell review was going to be, but I had to do it when I heard about the Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas. I wanted to talk about these because it's another iteration of the toasted cheddar chalupa, which is one of my personal favorite limited time Taco Bell items. Last year they had it in the form of, I think it was the cilantro lime street chalupas, and that was like the second iteration of the street chalupas, which are a 2-pack. There's two of them. I'll start with this one. We'll get to the two other ones if you're interested. But what we have today is the Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas, which will run you $6.99. You can also get it in a Discovery Luxe box with a rice and bean burrito, medium drink, and chips and cheese for $9. So that's like a much better deal than just getting it by itself, which I did, but whatever. So it has slow roasted chicken, cheese, pico de gallo, bacon, and avocado ranch sauce, which is unremovable. I don't know why. Like, I noticed that with the last two iterations of the chalupas that you can't remove the sauce, which the cilantro lime, which was all right. I kind of got tired of the sauce because it was like overpowering. I wouldn't remove this sauce. It sounds good, but anyway, that's to note. If you don't want ranch sauce, you just can't get it without it. So we'll see what we got here. It's a little messy, but here it is. That sauce is like just gluing the thing together. That looks really crispy, and that is what I like about the street chalupas, or the toasted cheddar chalupa, which I don't know if we'll ever see that original form back, but yeah, here's this form. Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas. Let's try it. Wash it down with the Baja Blast, which, dressed for the occasion. The cashier remarked that when I walked in, which, by the way, it's like 7 p.m. on a Friday night here. That Taco Bell was packed. Like, they know how to run it here. When I got there were cars everywhere. The drive-through was long. But the strategy I've developed, which it's Taco Bell on a Friday night, so you got to get a strategy if you want to get in and out of there, is order on the app to go, because you're just stuck in the drive-through line if you order that way. If I order to go, I can walk in, tell them my name, and they have it ready. They also asked if I was here for DoorDash, which that must be going crazy if that's the first question they ask, but they got a well-oiled operation there, as they have to. Way different from the interior of that McDonald's I was in. But anyway, back to the chalupa. This is really good. everything is good about it. This is like the best iteration of the street chalupas that I've had so far. The sauce, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's complimentary and not overpowering like the lime sauce. I'm gonna need another bite to stew over that though. Um, the chicken, cheese, and the bacon, where that might be a lot if it were just by itself, is really complemented by the pico de gallo and the sauce. Um, a lot of moisture is given to it with those two things, and the flavor of the avocado ranch is like refreshing. Yeah, this is probably the best Taco Bell, new at least, Taco Bell limited time item I've had in a while, I would say. Um, I'm thinking 9.4 out of 10 for this. I'm gonna get this again. This was good. And I won't leave you waiting anymore for the next item because this is a big review. I'm a little late on this one, but I did want to talk about it. We have the beefy potato loaded griller for $2.89. And the reason this one is so interesting to me is because this is an old item that they have not brought back in a long time. So I looked it up. The line of grillers, I believe there were originally three. I can't remember exactly what they were. One was spicy, I think, and another one I think had chicken. They were introduced in 2012, and they were on and off the menu ever since. But in 2020, when they streamlined the menu, which if you're a Taco Bell fan, you may remember it was when they got rid of all the potatoes on the menu, and everybody was mad about that until they, I think like 2 years later, brought back the spicy potato soft taco. But anyway, here it is, my favorite, the beefy potato loaded griller. It has seasoned beef, sour cream, which I removed. Sour cream is like the Mexican mayo to me. It's just the only time I would leave it on is if it didn't have what this item has is chipotle sauce. I'll probably put sour cream on something in a future review just to describe it, but it's fine. Anyway, seasoned beef, sour cream, chipotle sauce, potatoes, and nacho cheese sauce. $2.89. Just got this as a side item. So let's see it. Looks like a burrito. Let's see if it tastes like one. Here's your interior of the griller. It looks pretty much how you'd imagine it to look. You don't see any potatoes there, but there were a lot of potatoes in that bite, and that is exactly how I would want it. The chipotle sauce adds this good bit of spice, which I enjoy. It's, yeah, both these items today were very good. This isn't as amazing, I would say. It's kind of like a good side burrito to get, which I don't think it's included in like too many of the combos, but if any, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I'm definitely tempted to get it as the side item when it's on the menu, especially because like I want it to stay on the menu. I don't know if it will. We'll see. I'm thinking a 8.0 out of 10 for that one. It's pretty much everything I would want it to be. Nothing special, but if you like potatoes, I just get this as a side instead of getting like the nacho fries or the spicy potato soft taco if you want like something to go along with the street chalupas. So yeah, I like that. And that leads us to our dessert, which I did have this one before. The salted caramel churros, which come in a 3-pack for $2.29. The Taco Bell app describes them as crispy on the outside, creamy on the inside, churros dusted in salted caramel sugar. So we'll see if that's all true. But for my money, it is tough to compete against the Cinnabon Delights because they're probably the best fast food dessert item you can get. Maybe. So here we go. Here's the little bag. The one thing I will say is like, look at this. This is tiny. So just be aware. It's 3 of them, so they're little bite-sized things. So are the Cinnabon Delights, but yeah, we'll see how it stacks up. You can kind of see the dusting on there. All right, let's try it. It is crispy on the outside, but it is not that creamy on the inside. The Cinnabon Delights are creamier on the inside. It's crispy and crunchy. If that's what you're looking for, you can get this. But unfortunately, I don't see that much reason to get it over the Cinnabon Delights. The caramel flavor is there. It's maybe a little more savory than it is sugary, which the Cinnabon Delights are definitely sugary, but the filling in the Cinnabon Delights, yeah, that's where it destroys this item. I mean, yeah, I can't be as nice to this item as the other two. Without being generous, I'm gonna have to give this 6 out of 10. And that's because it's dry. It leaves something to be desired, I would say. It's not bad. I like it, but it's not something... I'm only getting it because it's here. So, yeah, that's that. And all in all, this was a pretty satisfying trip to Taco Bell. I will leave it with the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I have to leave a baseline impression of that, which you're either getting this or the Baja Blast Midnight, which is also good, but yeah, nothing beats Baja Blast on draft. It's I don't have to score that. It's complimentary to every Taco Bell meal. Like, you have to get the Baja Blast in some form. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and if you have any requests, leave them in the comments. I am listening.